This is my exhibition of digital artworks. I'm an artist that specialises in digital art and using programs such as Procreate on an iPad with an Apple Pencil to draw and paint my artworks. This artwork here is a magpie. I drew it on my digital program. How I did it was I manipulated the background to be black. You can change those settings on this program. It's a bit like Photoshop. I imported an image for reference. I changed the image properties so they look black and white instead of colour, which allow me to see the values of the image so I can properly understand what to draw and where to draw. And I use it as reference. As you can see, there's darker points and more flick details in the feathers where it's darker, and much more blocky textures in the wider parts of the magpie's details, which help me to really bring out the values in the piece. This artwork here is of a woman with a crystalline-like shape formation coming out of her head in replacement for hair. In this artwork, I really I was inspired by crystals and this idea of what would a human look like if it evolved. What would it look like in 1 million years' time? And I thought this would be an interesting concept to explore. You can see details along the arms and the face that are very much line work based with a lot of blended details. There were brushes on my program, like an airbrush, or a painting tool that helped with these details. And you can import more colours and details into them as you go, which just helped create a really glowing composition. The reason why this artwork is so important to me, as well as a couple of others, is that it is a set of 3 that isn't in this gallery today, but it explores this idea of transformation, how humans need change to survive. This idea that regardless of whether you regress or you transcend or you're stagnant, you need to change in order to exist. It's a fundamental of society, and it's a fundamental of what is human. This artwork is the other third I should say, of the transformation piece. This is exploring this idea of regression and that this horrid, disfigured shape of a human, and how it's challenging the idea of society seeing regression as a bad thing. But what I think is interesting about this image is that it's striving and it's raging over something. It's trying to move forward. So I think that regardless of how grotesque society will look at regression, I think it's really important for our development. I think it's very important that we start from somewhere and we keep racing and chasing for something that will make us better. I think this represents this idea of humanity's drive to be better. I really hope you come see this exhibition. I think this collection of works shows a variety of things about us as humans and the possibility of what we could become. The exhibition goes all the way until February.